When navigating maps, a key concept to understand is something called the extent. The extent is basically the window that shows the map. And so let me move this electric map so it's kind of in a window by itself, and I'll just kind of drag this around so you can see this part where I'm moving it around. The map portion of that is what is called the extent. And so if you hear that term, then just know that that's basically, kind of the viewport into the map itself. And so when we navigate, one of the common things that we are going to do is to use the zoom capabilities. And so it's common to use the scroll wheel on the mouse, and you can push that forward or go backward, and you'll see that as I'm kind of just using the forward scroll wheel button here, that's going to get closer and closer, and you're going to see different things get displayed as we get closer. So in some cases, some of the labels will be displayed. Sometimes the symbol won't be displayed until it gets to a certain zoom level. And also as I scroll back out, so I'm kind of going backwards on the scroll wheel, you can see us getting further away. And then also notice too that down in the lower left here, there is an indicator of what that zoom level happens to be. And so another way to go zooming in and out is to click on this drop down and then to select one of the existing preset zoom levels. So I'm going to do 1 to 1000, and that's going to take me right into that 1 to 1000 level view, which is pretty close in. And you can easily switch to other views as well. So let's say I want to get a little bit closer and go to 750, or I can jump out to, let's say, 5000 and get a higher level view. You can also customize this set of preset zoom levels by clicking the Customize button down below there, and you can just enter new ones at the top and just add those, and then once you add them, you can then select them from that point. So another thing we can do as well is we can pan around, and there are basically two modes that you'll typically be in when doing that. So right now we're in Explore mode, and you can see that the Explore button is what's highlighted here. You can also sometimes click on that up in the Quick Access toolbar right above that if you happen to have that turned on. But when that's displayed here, when we're in that mode, when you click with the left mouse button and then drag the mouse around, you're just going to be basically panning, side to side, up, down, that sort of thing. And so if you're in select mode, so let me click on select here. I also have it up here in the toolbar as well. So either way, but now we're in select mode, you can also pan around if you press the C key. So you press C, then hold the left mouse button, and then you start dragging around. And so same exactly as the Explore option, only you're pressing the C key as you do that. And you might think, well, why would I do that when I could just be in Explore mode? And for the way I work, I tend to be looking a lot at a lot of the attributes and wanting to change attribution. And so when you're in select mode, it allows you to select actual features on the map, whereas the Explore mode, you can click and you can look at a particular feature and see its data, but you can't modify it or work with it in any way. And so let's take a look at that real quick. So I'm going to go back to Explore mode. Let me zoom in here, and if I click on this underground transformer, it's going to do a little query, and it's going to show me I've got an underground transformer bank. It's going to show me its data, and so if I scroll through here, I can see some of that. But when I'm in selection mode, let me click on that, then I can also click on that. It's going to show us in the attributes window over here. But notice in this case, I can actually go in here and I can go in and change data. So if I want to change the phase, I can click on it and I can make that change. And so really it'll depend on what mode you typically want to work with. I'm usually in selection mode, so I'll have that available. And I've kind of just trained myself to always press the C key and then click around and zoom around and do things using the mouse to be able to get around the map.